So this is my video on 23.1 opportunities in sport for work placements. So there are three providers in the sport industry. There's the private sector, the public sector, and the voluntary sector. So the private sector has funded facilities which are paid for by the national or the local governments, and they give money through either taxes or the lottery funding. So this will pay for any equipment and the facilities they need. So these types of buildings or facilities are found throughout the whole of the country in different brands such as Wave Leisure Centre. So they are available to everyone but at a low cost, and therefore the facilities and equipment they get may not be as good standard as others. So these facilities include sports centres, swimming pools, and outside courts and pitches. Some schools share their facilities for their lessons, so to give them a more variety of what they're going to be doing in lessons. So for example, Wave Leisure let local schools use their gym and swimming pool for PE lessons, as this gives them more interesting activities to do. So the disadvantages to this are that it's going to cost you a little bit of money. The equipment you are going to be using is not at a good level, and they may not have everything that you need. But advantages of this are that it does cost a low amount of money, so it's mostly accessible to everybody. It's a good start, so if you're getting into starting physical activity or any sort of kind of sports, it will get you a good start, and they are more widely found throughout England, and in your local areas there'll be a few of them. So the private sector. So the private sector they are for making profit, and they are funded by their own companies, and they have to make the profit so they can fund their facilities. So these kind of facilities are for members that pay a yearly or monthly fee at quite a high cost. So depending on the brand or the company, it will depend on how much they are. So these are more likely to be expensive, but at a high cost you get a lot better facilities and other things, such as Virgin Active in Brighton. They have a very good gym, but their members rate is very expensive. So the private facilities include clubs such as tennis clubs and sports clubs, and again, schools pay these places to let their students use them, so they have a lot more variety in their PE lessons, and it keeps them active. So an example of this is Stephen Bratchington Tennis Club. You have to pay a yearly fee so you can play and use the courts, and you also get coaching. So the advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage to this is that you have to pay quite a high rate to get the better facilities, so people with not as much money as others aren't going to be able to use these. But there are advantages, such as that you get a lot better facilities and equipment, and you are able to get coaching at a higher level. So this will help you improve a lot more quickly. So the final sector is the voluntary sector. This is run by unpaid helpers, such as parents or any local council that goes to help out. They are mainly volunteers. They often use the public or the private facilities and they get sponsorship through them, and they help you pay for the facilities. So examples of this is the local cricket club. They're often three. These are often three, but may need funding to buy the equipment and clothing. So this would cost a couple of quid, just so you can help fund them and give them money so you are able to go to these higher places. So disadvantage this, so you don't really get much of a good standard equipment and facilities, but it's very good for younger kids, and it's good for the elder people who are just going there to socialise. And yeah, it's very good for socialising. So there are four sectors in the sport industry. So there's the sport and recreation, health and fitness, sport and exercise science, and outdoor education. The sport and recreation sector has sport-specific roles. This is such as a football coach. These facilities will have football coaches there, not any random coach. So this is usually run by either the public or the voluntary providers. So it's a lot cheaper for you to go to. So their aims in this are to increase mass participation and improve sporting excellence within the counties. So an example of this would be a tennis club. They aim to increase the amount of people they have there, and at the same time increasing their sporting excellence, making them a lot better players. So the next sector is the health and fitness sector. So they have a holistic approach to the mind and body. So this means that a trainer is interested in improving and developing their mind and their body so they can work to the best of their ability. So this can be done through a gym, diet, and specific classes. So even a psychiatrist will help them. They'll have psychiatrics help them out, and specific classes to what sports they want to do. So there are a wide variety of jobs that are available in this sector, such as a personal trainer or a nutritionist. So yeah, example of this would be a local gym. So jobs that are linked into the sport and recreation sector are either a coach or a manager. So sport and exercise science. This is a very specialised sector, mainly for high-class athletes trying to improve their technique and analysing them. See if they're doing anything wrong and they can improve in any way. They also do research in different areas in sport, so they can help improve performance. So they will do this through research into injury prevention, nutrition habits, and analysis of a player's performance. So they can do this at Brighton Uni, as they have sport and exercise science equipment, and they are able to conduct research experiments there. So the final one is outdoor education. So this is a very fast growing sector currently, and they have centres that are run by a group of staff that have activity specific skills such as climbing or canoeing, and they are they are experts in their own areas. They also have the knowledge and the correct qualifications to do this. So they have to have a first aid qualification, and they need a lot of experience in outdoor activities. So an example of this, and also for these, they are team builders. So a couple of examples of this. So there's the British Military Fitness. This is run by a group of people, and lots of people go there and try it out and do it. And another example is for team building is a Go Ape. Around Sussex, there is, you have to work as a team to get to the end and make sure that everyone's safe. Job explanation for a sports coach. So you have to be able to give lessons to others and able to work with anyone in age, either groups or individually, developing players' performance to the best possible. So the evaluation is teaching skills to, they have to teach skills to any age, be specific, the specific sport and good knowledge of all sports. You could be working 7 days a week and not working all the days, but it can be flexible with times and more suitable to you. The coaching industry is very competitive and in certain sports, and the commuting would be very easy for me example, because the tennis club is just down my road. So the coaching industry can be quite competitive. The health and safety requirements, so they will have to do a risk assessment before each one, and they need to have a first aid course and a CRB check. So this job is suitable to me because I have the right skills for a specific sport and the right qualifications to teach it. My fitness level is high, and I have a broad knowledge of other sports. This is good as I would be able to give people the knowledge they need to know and teach them those specific skills to them at a high level. Areas that I would have to work on are my communication levels and organisation, as they are linked. The two are linked to each other in leading or a group or individually. Communicating to others is a difficulty for me sometimes, so I'll have to work on that. So commuting is easy for me, and it would be cheap as I can just get the bus and walk the rest of the way. So the salary would be for 14,000 to 20,000 based on the qualifications, and it can head up to 30 to 35,000. And you need to have an NGB for your sport. So physiotherapists, they work with patients to improve their range of movement and if they're injured, and promote any sort of recovery. So their key skills, they need to have key technical skills and knowledge, good communication skills, a passion for high performance sport, qualifications, and they need to be committed. So, as I said, they need to have good knowledge, and they need to know how the body works at every joint. They need to communicate well with the athletes and the clients. They need to have a high level of performance in sport, their correct qualifications, and committed to their job. If they have a long-term research project they need to commit to. The pay is the £37. The hours are 37.5 a week. The starting salary is roughly £22,000 a year, and it could get better. So this is linked well with me because I have good knowledge of this, and a passion for high performance in sport. I have committed, but I don't have the communication skills and the qualifications, so I could work on these. So a nutritionist. So nutritionists carry out research and use scientific advice, give scientific advice to any performers and athletes. They can also be they can be used in public areas, so they can help others. So key skills are communication, knowledge, and they have to work as a team. To do the degree at university, you need to get 2 A levels, including biology or chemistry, plus 5 GCSEs. So the pay would be £22,000 a year, and you need to continue training throughout your career to gain new knowledge. And this will increase, you'll be able to work with higher class athletes. So you are better off. The hours are 37.5 a week, and it's quite competitive, and you have to be aware of health and safety. And for commuting, I would have to travel quite far. So you have to have excellent communication skills, good knowledge of the diet and health, good time management and organisation skills. So compared to me, positives would be I have good knowledge and I can work as a team, and the negatives are communication and management and organisation.